died, Anna.
How can I be dead if I'm talking to you?
Because I have a gift. I can talk to those between life and death.
The movie begins by introducing a man named Elliot who works as a funeral director, preparing dead bodies so they can look presentable for their final rites. The way Elliot talks to the corpses and gently gets them ready, almost like he's caring for a friend, makes it clear that he has been doing this job for many years.
It's time now.
We are then introduced to Anna, a primary school teacher who lives with her boyfriend, Paul, and the story gradually shows how all three of their lives become connected when Anna gets trapped between life and death due to a sudden incident. After this, we see Anna and Paul in an intimate moment. Paul seems to be enjoying it, but Anna clearly isn't. Paul asks her what's wrong, but she doesn't respond. At school, Anna shares a close bond with a young boy named Jack, although his behavior is quite mysterious.
I think it's dead. Which one? He's just scared. See?
As the story moves forward, Anna starts experiencing strange and unsettling things at the school. After classes end, she has to attend her piano teacher's funeral, and on her way out, she notices Jack standing outside. She offers to drop him home, but Jack tells her that his mother is coming to pick him up. After this, Anna stops by a pharmacy to pick up some medicine, and then heads to a salon where she dyes her hair red. From there, she goes to her piano teacher's funeral, but even there she feels something strange. Almost as if her teacher is still breathing. Elliot is present at the funeral as well, and he notices Anna behaving oddly. Later that evening, her boyfriend Paul invites her out to dinner. He has brought a ring with him because he plans to propose to her. During dinner, Paul tells Anna that he'll soon be moving to Chicago, but as the conversation continues, the two end up arguing. Without really listening to him, Anna storms out.
Fuck you.
Outside, the weather has turned terrible. While driving, Anna takes out her phone and dials a number. And suddenly everything goes dark, revealing that she has been in a car accident. In the next scene, we see Elliot receiving a new body, and it turns out to be Anna's. As he begins preparing her, he cuts open her clothes, revealing that she's wearing a beautiful red dress underneath. There's a deep wound on her head, and suddenly Anna's eyes open. Confused, she asks Elliot where she is.
You're in a funeral home. You're dead.
He calmly tells her that she was in an accident 8 hours ago. Anna can't believe it because she's able to talk to him and hear him just fine. To convince her, Elliot shows her death certificate and explains that her funeral will take place in 2 days. Until then, her soul will remain in her body, and only after she's buried will it finally move on. Elliot is able to communicate with her because he has the ability to speak with souls caught between life and death, and that's exactly what's happening here. After saying this, Elliot leaves the room, but Anna is still in disbelief, convinced that this is nothing more than a nightmare. Meanwhile, we see Paul, who has no idea that Anna is dead. He tries calling her, but Anna's phone is with Elliot, who simply declines the call. Later, Paul goes to Anna's house.
What happened? Where's Anna?
Anna was in a car accident last night. My daughter's dead.
Paul can't believe it and is devastated, but Anna's mother seems unusually calm, almost as if she isn't affected by the loss at all. On the other side, Elliot continues preparing Anna's body for the funeral. As he stitches up the wound on her head, Anna feels no pain whatsoever. Elliot then injects something into her neck to keep her muscles completely relaxed. After this, Anna's mother comes in to see her and says that once someone is gone, they're gone. But the pain their family feels is something they can never truly understand. Before leaving, she also insists that Anna's hair be dyed back to black, saying that the red color looks terrible on her. After this, Paul goes to meet Elliot so he can see Anna's body, but Elliot refuses to let him in, saying that only family members are allowed, and since Paul and Anna weren't engaged yet, he doesn't qualify.
You don't understand!
Hearing Paul's voice, Anna tries to get up and calls out to him, but he can't hear her at all. After Paul leaves, Anna confronts Elliot, asking why he didn't let her see Paul. Elliot tells her that soon her soul will leave her body, but if she stays emotionally attached to her loved ones, her soul could remain trapped here. Anna thinks he's talking nonsense. She's convinced she's still alive and believes Elliot may have drugged her, which is why she can't feel anything. Meanwhile, Paul goes to a police station to meet a friend of his who works as an officer. He asks for permission to see Anna, but he's denied access. On the other side, Anna is left alone. She picks up a pair of scissors, but then notices another dead body nearby, which completely freaks her out. She decides to wait for Elliot so she can attack him and escape, but when he returns, he easily avoids her attempt. Once again, Elliot tries to convince her that she's dead, but Anna refuses to believe it, especially since she still feels like she's breathing. That night, Anna has a dream where she sees the same corpse lying beside her. But if she's truly dead, how is she even able to dream? She suddenly wakes up, panics, and starts throwing things around the room, and the scene scene ends there. The next day, we see Paul, who also has a disturbing dream. Leaving him terrified. Meanwhile, Elliot is with Anna and is about to go out to refuel his car. During that moment, Anna secretly takes the key from his pocket. She then sneaks into Elliot's office and calls Paul.
Yeah.
I'm here, it's me.
But Paul assumes someone is playing a cruel prank on him, so he hangs up the phone.
Please stop.
This makes Anna extremely angry, and just then, Elliot walks in. He shows her a mirror and tells her to look, insisting that she's dead and that the best thing she can do now is accept it and let go. However, Anna doesn't notice that her breath is fogging up the mirror, something Elliot quietly wipes away. Downstairs, her favorite student Jack happens to be standing outside and catches a glimpse of her. At this point, Anna begins to accept that she's dead and starts going along with Elliot. Later, as Elliot dyes her red hair back to black, Anna asks if her mother cried over her death. Elliot tells her that her mother didn't cry at all. She then asks about Paul, but Elliot lies again, saying that Paul didn't cry either. Hearing this, Anna becomes deeply heartbroken, and soon after, Elliot gives her another injection. Meanwhile, Paul goes to Anna's school to collect her belongings, and there he runs into Jack. Jack tells him that he saw Anna standing at the funeral home in a red dress, but Paul dismisses it as nonsense and in frustration, something he immediately regrets. Around the same time, a new body arrives at Elliot's place, belonging to a police officer's brother. That officer briefly sees Anna's body move, but when he checks her heartbeat and finds nothing, he assumes it was just his imagination. Paul, still desperate, tries once again to get help from the police. He argues that Anna was declared dead based only on her pulse and mentions a drug that can temporarily stop a person's pulse. For a moment, his friend seems convinced, but another officer steps in, saying he personally checked Anna's heartbeat and it wasn't beating. This completely breaks Paul. Meanwhile, Jack, who has a deep fascination with death, becomes intrigued by Elliot and goes to him to learn more. Elliot tells him something chilling that sticks with him. He says that he prepares the dead for funerals, but these are people who were already dead inside. He claims he has no other choice, that such people pollute the world around them and waste the oxygen meant for those who truly want to live.
I can teach you.
Now we see Anna overwhelmed with guilt, thinking that if she were alive, she would have lived her life differently. She tells Elliot that she wanted to live happily too, that she had people in her life who loved her, yet she was never truly happy. Elliot asks her what she would do if she were given a second chance at life, and then takes her outside the room. But after being frightened by a disturbing hallucination, Anna runs back inside and says that maybe it's better that she's dead. At this point, she fully accepts her death and prepares for the funeral. However, when she looks at her reflection in the mirror, she suddenly realizes that she might still be alive. Before she can act on it, Elliot knocks her unconscious, and her funeral is carried out. Paul is completely shattered now and unable to move on. After the funeral, Elliot tells him to let go and move forward, but Paul refuses to listen. Then Elliot tells him that Anna is still alive and urges him to go to her.
Maybe she's still alive.
Paul rushes to the cemetery and manages to save Anna, or at least that's what it seems. But the story doesn't end there. When Paul opens his eyes, he finds himself in Elliot's basement, realizing it was all a hallucination. He never actually made it to the cemetery. Just like Anna, Elliot had orchestrated Paul's accident on the way. Elliot then reveals everything to him, how he gives people who are dead inside one last chance to truly live, and when they fail to change, he kills them. And now, Paul is next. He explains his entire process, how he used drugs to make them appear dead and created those hallucinations. After confessing all of this, Elliot prepares Paul for his funeral as well. Meanwhile, Jack, who has become deeply influenced by Elliot, watches everything unfold, and it's hinted that he may follow the same dark path. With that, the movie comes to an end.